Hello, guys. Hello. How are you all doing today? Yes, indeed. January is off to a great start, even though I haven't gotten any trade yet. But that's part of trading for you. It's more of patience. You need to wait and wait and wait and do a whole lot of waiting in the business, right? Great. So today is the 5th of January, and of course, I'm going to be doing an update. Yesterday, we looked at intraday levels for the majors, gold, and Bitcoin. So you might have to watch yesterday's video to understand what happened after, right? Because this is an update. So, naturally, I always say the first thing to always do is to check the calendar for each day. That should be part of your trading process, right? Check the calendar for each day, like what we have right in front of us. You can see for today, January 5th, in about 1 hour plus. We have data coming up for the dollar, high impact data, the non-farm employment change, which has to do with the pre-NFP data coming out tomorrow, right? So this will give us a rough gauge on how the NFP numbers might be tomorrow as well. So tomorrow, first NFP of the year 2023, and it might as well be volatile. So ensure to protect your account accordingly. Also note, please, as a disclaimer, that this video is strictly for educational purposes and should not be used, I repeat, should not be used as a form of signal, right? So we're going to do an update on yesterday's intraday analysis. Remember, we said this week has been really dirty. If you really need to watch yesterday's video, please, so you understand much better. But let me continue. Yesterday, we mapped out this area for price to get to, but look at what it did. I'm just going to do this here like a wedge. It rained yesterday, even though we had the FOMC yesterday, we had the job jolts, and we also had the ISM manufacturing data for the dollar yesterday. For the Euro USD 1 hour time frame, intraday levels, we had its range, right? So this could still be a possibility. But I really don't think I'm interested. It's just not looking pretty. You can see it now needs to break out of this triangle, this wedge that we have over here from what we can see here, right? So it needs to break out. But here is still a very hot zone. Once again, I will say this. I am strictly price action support and resistance trader, and I simply map out my chart, and then I wait for price to come to me, and then I do the needful. Of course, when price gets to where I'm interested in, I wait for the reaction, and then I wait for a sort of trigger, right, based on price action candles for me to place a buy or a sell. So nothing here on Euro USD, on the Pound USD. You can see we talked about this, and we were expecting it to hit this area very well, which it did not. But then we drew this triangle. Oh, sorry, we drew this trend line, as you can see here, representing a form of support, resistance. And you can see this whole area acted as resistance and went down. When we talk about support and resistance, you have it in the horizontal, that's the traditional horizontal lines, or you have it in the diagonal lines, like what we just looked at now, right? And then you will be able to see the support and resistance playing out accordingly. This one too, at this area, I did not have any trigger, and you can see it was a bit dirty, just like the Euro USD. That means that yesterday we didn't have much to go with. And of course, I want to believe tomorrow, probably the market is waiting for tomorrow's data, and the volatility would, just jump at you. So because you have that rough idea, just like you're watching a horror movie, something is about to happen, something bad. Well, I might not really say bad, but something heavy is about to happen, and you more or less have seen this. The best thing for you to do is to sit on your hands. And that is something that a lot of traders do not know how to do. They don't know how to sit on their hands. Yes, we had this yesterday as well, and the AUD USD, as you can see, it actually got to the area of interest that we mapped out. You can see we drew this diagonal line showing us how we want the price to move. Over here, we did not have any trigger. Don't forget, You need to go and work on your triggers as well. You need to go and understand the candlesticks that you're looking out for to help you to pull the trigger. Even though it breached here a bit, it still held its ground and then pushed higher, but it has pushed higher a bit. It's not that solid. That is why I haven't gotten any trade. After a while, you would also start to get really, really picky, just like me. And once you get picky, it won't be every trade that gets you your area of interest that you jump on. Look at this one from yesterday. Don't forget, please go and watch yesterday's one. You need to be watching all the videos that we put out. We'll try to be putting out videos every day, no matter how short they are, so that you have a better understanding, a better feel of the market. Price got here. I'm not a touch trader, but look at what happened. It's acted accordingly and dropped down. Simple. You're going to see this back to back on your markings. Once you see this on your markings, it will give you confidence. This was how I was able to build confidence in my trading. Whenever price got to my area of interest, it kept on behaving itself. If you look over here, we have some form of support. This was really messy, support resistance here. They acted as support, support, really messy here, but still acted as support, some support, resistance, 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 support. And you can see now it has gotten back here again. This was yesterday, by the way. We're waiting for price to get here, and then it got here, right? And look at what we have here now. This here, there is no, I repeat, there is no trigger for me. There's no trigger for me to go in. And besides, I'm not even interested in this. This dollar Swizzy, if you look at it from the weekly, it's looking like what? It's looking like a bearish pin. I'm not going to fight this. This was really messy. As it pushed higher, you'd have thought that the buyers here would have sustained this. But look at what happened. You also had big candles coming back to this area of interest where it broke out from. This was where it broke out from here, right? So this, after a while, it's all about a feeling. It's all about the experience. And you know, experience comes with time from you saying this. That's why I'm trying to do these videos every day for you so that after a while it might stick. And this is absolutely free. Just subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you get a notification when these videos are dropped. Quickly now, trying to ensure that the videos are not too lengthy. The dollar yen. This was the dollar yen from yesterday. This big candle, it broke this area here and there wasn't any trigger, of course. That's why you must always wait for triggers. As a matter of fact, flip zones, an area that acted as support and resistance before, if the price should come back here, then we should expect it to act as support and then push higher. So this is what we do over here. We map out our charts, we wait for the price to do what we are expecting it to do from our analysis, and then we take advantage. The dollar card, you can see it sliced through this area here from what we mapped out yesterday, right? That's why I'm referring back to yesterday's video to help you to understand exactly what happened. Support, 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 a breach here, resistance, resistance, big breach here, big breach here. So if you come back here, expect this area to act as resistance. But don't forget, wait for triggers so that you don't get trapped by moves like this, where this big candle broke out and this one too did the same thing as well. You can see at times when price gets to an area of interest, it might just slice through. And this is what we do not want, right? We want something nicer and cleaner. This is gold. Gold, the precious metal gold. You can see we mapped out this area here from yesterday. We're expecting a bounce here or a bounce here. I would have preferred here, but obviously to give off better reward. But look at what happened, the struggles here, even up to now, still no trigger. Now, by the way, this is exactly how I avoid unnecessary losses. It's not every trade you can take. I repeat, it's not every trade that you can take. Once it gets to your area of interest and there is no trigger, I repeat, no trigger, you would know by yourself. There's no trigger, don't take the trade. That's why in the mentorship sessions that I run, we trade together. We have our own little trading corner where we trade together. We understand the market from different angles, right? And this is gold. And then finally, let's look at the Bitcoin. Bitcoin 2 yesterday, we also talked about this area. And look at it. We had this here, hit here, and then it reacted accordingly, and you'd have loved for it to drop, which it did, but there is just no firepower. There's no follow through, right? That's why at times, first week of the new year, I stay aside, and trading actually begins second week, as some people also have noticed that the volatility, true volatility, comes in from the second week. So this is just a quick rundown of an update of yesterday's intraday levels on the majors, gold, and Bitcoin that we have here. And I will say it again, we have data coming out later today, and that data is on the for the dollar, right? That's the ADP, the farm employment change. Really not expecting much. That's in about roughly an hour from now. And then tomorrow is the big one in non-farm payroll, right? But I most likely, obviously, will be sitting out tomorrow. Patience, patience, patience. Trust me, by the time we cut trades together, you will see the reward based on the risk. Small risk, big reward. So that's why patience indeed is a virtue. So I want to say thank you guys for joining me today. Trade safely. If you want to reach out, there's a link in the description where you can hit me up. We can have a conversation and we can chat further. Or maybe on Instagram, hit me up on Instagram at CSA Forex. Or you can comment under this video. You are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever the video is dropped. And then, of course, do the needful. Okay, thank you guys. Goodbye and God bless. Cheers.